Undead Gamer.
Anxiety really sucks. It's something I've been dealing with now for probably about the last 6 months or so. It's nothing really that used to affect me. I used to sort of worry and stress about things that not necessarily needed to be stressed about. But with everything that's happened to me this year, my anxiety has become much more of a problem, much more of an issue, to the point where it almost stops me functioning properly or normally. It's nothing I've sort of sought medical attention for. Maybe it's something I should, but it's something I've kind of learnt to deal with in my own way, I guess. From April, May and June, it was quite a problem for me. As I said, it kind of stopped me from functioning a little bit with everything that was happening at the time, and it's still fresh. It's still fresh now for me. It's still something that's really hard for me to deal with and get on with my life and go back to normal. There kind of is no going back for me, unfortunately. Back to who I was, I suppose. It's time to sort of move on as best I can and rebuild. But there's a lot of things that are stopping me from doing that, and anxiety is one of them. Anxiety is something that affects loads and loads and loads of people around the world, and is something that's probably a little bit stigmatized, something that probably not a lot of people take seriously. It's something that, oh, you know, I'm really nervous or stressed out about this thing, or I get anxious in public, or whatever your the way or the reason you get anxiety. Some people are just, oh, shut up, get on with it, you're being silly. Whereas that's not really helping. It doesn't help. People don't understand, and it can be a problem to overcome. Obviously, yes, there is doctors out there that can help with things like that. Counselling can be a good way to do things like that, and obviously you've got medication. I don't really do any of that. I have a bit of therapy now and then, which I'm starting back up again. And again, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Some people just need someone to talk to, and they can't feel that they can talk to anyone they know. I'm quite fortunate in that I do have friends, or a friend, or members of my family that I can talk to. It's just sadly they're not always there. They're not always around for me to talk to. And that's not their fault. That's not their problem. They've got their own lives to deal with. And when they can, they are there and they're very helpful. And I appreciate that. But sometimes you need something a bit more consistent, a bit more constant. Hence the therapy. But I've also learnt to deal with my anxiety a little bit with a herbal remedy pastil, which you sort of like chew, and it calms you down for a bit, but the rest is kind of up to you and in your own head, really. Sometimes you just need to disappear and run away from it and discover ways of dealing with it, and breathing techniques can help and stuff like that. But if you can, talk to someone about it. Talk to someone about your anxiety or why you feel that way. And if they're any sort of friend or person, they'll help, they'll understand, they'll see what you're going through. They'll be able to trigger symptoms and get you out of situations, or even prevent you from maybe having some sort of attack, I suppose, an anxiety attack. And that could be something that can be really helpful and really beneficial to you. And if there's things that you discover as you go along that you can help prevent yourself, and if you see the signs early on and catch them, it's stuff that you can avoid. Anxiety is a horrible thing. It really is. It prevents you from doing all sorts, or it can do. And at the moment, the reason I'm talking about it is because I'm back at uni now, and it's kicked in big time. It's my final year, but that's not really the reason it's kicked in. It's kicked in because of personal reasons. It's kicked in because of everything that's happened to me this year, and it sucks. It's really horrible. I suppose there's nothing else to do but soldier on. But if you do suffer from anxiety yourself, don't be alone. Let someone know. Tell someone. If they're not great at helping, maybe they can do something else to help. Point you in the direction of someone. a therapist or doctor, give you that courage. Because that's what it boils down to. It's having the courage to beat anxiety, I think. Anyway, I've been Rob the Undergamer. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.